Howdy, this is Cody Kidd, and today I'm going to show you how to shop for skis. And it can be confusing shopping for skis because there's a lot of different brands and a lot of different categories, but really you only have to look for three things. One is the waist width, two is the radius, and three is the length. And I will go into these three in detail. First, the waist width. Okay, first we're going to look at waist width. This is the width of the ski that's under your foot. The first category is the all-mountain hardpack condition. These are skis that have between a 67 and 75 millimeter underfoot. You would want this ski if you are skiing in hard conditions, typical in the Appalachians of the US where things tend to be icy. The next category is all-mountain soft. This is between a 76 and 88 millimeter underfoot, and these would be for conditions typical in the Rocky Mountain region of Colorado. Next is your all-mountain powder. This is between 89 and 109 millimeter underfoot. This would be a ski that is still all mountain but would be good in powder conditions. So if you ski lots of powder, if you're fortunate enough to get a lot of snow, then go ahead and opt for something that's a little wider underfoot. The last category is backcountry powder. This is between 110 millimeter and 140 millimeters underfoot. These skis are pretty fat, and these skis go for maximum surface area under the ski in total, and you'll be seeing quite fat dimensions on this. Next is the radius of the ski. If you want something that's quick turning, get something between an 11 and 15 millimeter radius. These skis are very easy to turn, and they do have quick short turning radiuses. If you want something that's more medium turning, then get something between a 15 and an 18 millimeter radius. These ones will still be relatively easy to turn, not as easy as something that has a shorter radius, but these won't have as tight of a turning radius as something in the 11 to 15 range. And then 19 plus is long turns or powder, and really this is because they're trying to maximize the surface area under your skis, so radius becomes less of an issue under powder skis. Next is length. If you're a beginner skier, choose a ski that goes up to your chin. If you are an intermediate skier, choose a ski that goes about up to your nose. If you're an advanced skier, then choose a ski that's about up to your forehead or even taller. Now, you do want to make some adjustments, especially if you're in between sizes. And this depends if you are a lighter skier or if you're a heavier skier or if you're someone that carries a lot of gear with you. So if you're in between sizes, adjust down if you are a lighter skier, adjust up if you are a heavier skier or you carry lots of equipment with you. Alright, here are two length skis that I have that for my height I would consider here on this side as a beginner ski. As you can see, it comes up to about my chin. These here are 1/48, so you can probably then figure out how tall I am. But yes, these would be a beginner ski for me. These ones here, as you can see, come up to about my nose. And this here would be an intermediate ski for me. These are 1/62s. And then coming up to my head or the brow of my hat, those would be an advanced ski, which I actually do have a pair, but they're up over at the ski resort. But those would be an advanced ski. But for ski length, just put it up to your height, and then if it's about your chin, that's a beginner ski. If it's to your nose, it's an intermediate ski. Next is twin tips. These are skis that have tips both in the front and the back of the ski, or the tip and the tail of the ski. These are primarily for freestylers and people who are doing tricks. So if you're one of those who are interested in that, go ahead and go for twin tips. The disadvantage of twin tips is they are more expensive and they are a little bit heavier. But if you are going to do tricks, then go ahead and look into twin tips. Okay, next is how to read a ski. I have a few examples here for you. Here is an Atomic E series, and if you look at the first three dimensions up on here, 108, 70, 98, these are the dimensions at the tip, the waist, and the tail. The one that you're primarily interested in is the middle one. In this case, it's a 70 millimeter. So this would be 70 millimeter underfoot. It would be a 70 millimeter waist width. The next is the radius, which is here. It will typically have an M by it. Sometimes it might even have an R by it. We'll see an example here in the next couple slides. But this here is a 12 meter turning radius. So this is a pretty tight turning ski. And then here's the overall length, 148. This particular ski here comes up to my chin, so this would be a beginner skier length for me. Okay, next here is a slalom ski, and if you see the three dimensions, 116, 65, 98, those are again the dimensions at the tip, the waist, and the tail. We're primarily interested in the middle one. So this one here is a 65 millimeter underfoot. So this one here is not so wide. This would be for hard pack conditions. This is actually a slalom ski. So if you look at this dimension here, the radius, this is a very tight turning ski, something that you would want in slalom racing skis. Okay, here's a third example. If you look at the dimensions 106, 97, 124, this here is the tip, waist, and tail. The one that we're interested in here is the one in the middle, 97 millimeters. So this is a relatively fat ski. This would be considered an all-mountain powder ski. And then if you look at the radius here, a radius of 29, this radius is a long turning ski. So this one here would be pretty hard to turn, but if you are looking for powder conditions, the radius is not as much of a factor. All right, so in summary, you're looking for three things. You're looking for the waist width, and that will be determined by the type of skiing you're going to be doing and the type of conditions you'll be skiing in. Second is the radius, and that's all depends on how easy or how difficult you want your skis to turn or how tight you want them to turn. And then lastly is a length determined by your advancement level. So that's it. Thank you very much. For more ski tips, go to simpleskiingsystem.com, where I will have more tips and videos for you. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.